Assalamualaikum and greetings to Dr. Maizatuliza and fellow friends. Today, our group will be presenting about the activity we create to support the acquisition of English as second language. We chose online platform like Global Pen Friends as our activity because it is easy to use and require minimal separation from the teachers. So, what can we do with this application? First of all, this application is a platform designed to connect people all around the world through exchanging letters, postcards, mail art, and more. This app is basically an online platform that we can use to find pen pals either through traditional snail mail or via the internet. This platform can allow members to share their language, culture, and foster international friendships by messaging pen pals online or sending physical letters. It offers a diverse space for individuals who are seeking to establish connections globally. So, how students can use this app? First, they need to register a new account. After that, once they have registered their account and access to the account, they should update their profile in order to help them match their potential pen pal based on their preferences, interests, and backgrounds. Then, they can start connecting with others by searching for pen pals in the app. They can write email to the pen pals they choose and wait for the reply so they can exchange a lot of things they like, and this will help them to practice their language skills without them realizing it. What the teacher need to do is just ask students to write one email for one of the pen pals they choose. Teacher can encourage students to write about hobbies, interests, favorite songs, favorite movies, or any related things when communicating with their pen pals. This will benefit the students such as practicing their second language skills with native speaker or speakers who can speak advanced and fluent English. At the same time, teachers should monitor their students' interactions with the pen pals to ensure they are following guidelines and engaging in positive and meaningful conversations. Teachers should provide or discuss topics like privacy, share personal information, and cyberbullying to promote a safe online experience because before they need to use the platform, they need to know about these things. Lastly, teachers can ask students to write reflective reports on their experience and challenges from interacting with the pen pals. That's all. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, IZLIN. Next, the learning theory that supports this activity is constructivism. In this activity, students will be able to show their ability to construct their own knowledge based on their experiences. This is because students who are interested in contributing to this activity, they need to complete their profile first. For example, they need to create a short passage about themselves that includes information about their hobbies, what they are interested in, how they spend their time, and something else that can describe their personality. They also need to share some culture or something positive and interesting about their country. So, students will use their experiences to construct ideas or knowledge to fill in their profile. Their profiles are required for other members to search for and learn more about them. Next, this activity will involve students in collaboration and interaction with other communities. Like what has been shown in the tutorial video, students can message whoever they want to communicate with, and then they will slowly become involved with their community. Students can also decide which community they want to be involved in by looking at their profiles. Next, this activity will also involve students in collaboration and interaction with other communities. Like what has been shown in the tutorial video, students can message whoever they want to communicate with, and then they will slowly become involved with their community. Students can also decide which community they want to be involved in by looking at their profiles. As a reflection, when students have interaction with others in this activity, they will describe their experiences or something else that they already know to stay interacting with that person or to be involved with their community. Students might also give some suggestions to other people and transform them from passive recipients of information to active participants in this activity. Next, we believe that this activity will help students acquire the language better and faster. This is because students will be able to write to someone or a community that lives in a faraway land. For example, students can write message and communicate with someone from the United States of America. As we know, people who are from America use the English language for their daily communication. So, students will get to see how native speakers use their language. When students are involved with this activity, they will automatically practice their language skills with the real foreigners. I think this is all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Next, I'll continue with the context of community of practice that can be developed or created by individuals that use this application, Global Pen Friends. First of all, what does it mean by community of practice in second language acquisition? It does mean that one person being in a group that shared a same kind of interest or any type of passion that required them to use language, specifically English, to interact regularly. By using Global Pen Friends, these students can have a virtual community of practice that can expose them to different possibilities that may allow them to develop social identity that fits to that specific community. I'll show you how this community of practice actually work in this tool. So first, as soon as we sign in, the user's page like this would appear. Then, we need to click on the search button at the top of the page. There are two options here, which are member search and the advanced search. To find stranger that we want to be friends with, we need to go with the advanced search. So these are the details that we need to fill in order to find our matchings. First, we can state our gender. I am a female and I am seeking for a female also. And for the age, maybe between 19 to 22. And for the country, as for me, I want to find an Indonesian friend, for example. And for the region, Asia, and the languages, you can actually choose more than one here, but I'll just choose English. And after that, the interest. We can actually choose up to 3 options. So here, for example, I love animals, and then I'm also interested in dancing, and the last one is genre of music. I love K-pop, for examples. So lastly, we want them to correspond as what? So here, I'll just choose EPOL. Then, we need to click on the search button at the bottom again. So from here, we can just choose anyone that we're interested to be friends with. Go down the list. I will just choose Clouds, for example. And then after we click on the profile, their descriptions will appear. So we can just read all those details. At the bottom part, we can see that the interests that we chose earlier were matched, and they are highlighted there. So actually, we just found people that can be in the same community of practice because we might share our opinions or stories related to any topics in that patient. If you want to be friends with them, you can just send a smile here. Therefore, learners who develop a specific identity within a practice community be able to function accordingly without actually minding the language at first. But then, in order to strengthen or reinforce the social identity that has been developed, students would choose to invest in which they would learn the language that fits to that social identity of that particular community of practice. What would the investment be for the students? Lessons. So we know that this community of practice has its own social conventions where people must use English to interact or communicate. Then, of course, lessons are necessary for students as they need to be good and fluent so that they can speak good English to engage with the activity in this application, which are finding friends that shared same kind of interest or passion from all around the world. They can improve their proficiency level where they can use correct grammar and then construct complex sentences while they are communicating with their pals. Thus, our lessons in school actually plays a big role in helping and making sure the students learn and use English and make that as an investment for them to strengthen their social identity while acquiring the language better and faster.
Now, I will be explaining part C, which is potential problems that may occur while using this application. First and foremost, when we introduce this application to our students, safety and privacy issue should be our main concern, because when we're using this application, an application that promotes interaction between strangers, we should keep in mind that stranger danger, because we can consider this activity as an uncontrollable environment. There is always a risk of students might sharing their personal information such as their house address, email address, and anything else. They might not know that they are sharing their own personal information to strangers, and it could lead to identity theft. Our second problem will be in finding compatible partners or finding compatible pen pals, because to find people with the same interest with us, it's gonna take some time. Not everyone will have the same interest like us. For example, I like video games and watching Japanese cartoon animations like animes, video games. I might not finding people that have the same interest as me. It's gonna take some time. The third problem would be inconsistent communication. Some friends, they might lose interest or fail to respond in time. Our friends in this application maybe is from another part of the country. For example, they might be from the West, from the Western country, America, UK or something. Also, that would mean they would have a different time zone than us. Our night time might be their daytime and vice versa. They maybe don't have interest or any topic to talk with us. That might be another reason.
The last problem would be the possibilities of students using their L1 rather than L2. This will defeat the whole purpose of second language acquisition or English language acquisition. For example, in the tutorial, my friend chose Indonesia as their country of interest. As we know, Indonesia and Malaysia have not that much difference in language. So there is a possibility of our students will using the L1 rather than L2 in engaging conversation.
And now I will be explaining about how do we help our students when facing problems while using this application. First, they should never, and we must always remind them to never share personal information. This includes your home address, phone number, and financial details. And they need to be cautious about anything they're talking or doing in online conversation while using this application. And they also should report any suspicious activities while using this application. This is because most of the pen pal platforms, such as this global pen pals application, have reporting system to report an inappropriate behavior, so the other person who did an inappropriate things will get banned from the application. In order to deal with the problems that unable to find a compatible pen pals, first you need to be straightforward. Be specific in your profile. Put what do you interest with. For example, if you like movies, just put a movie lover. If you are a gamer, just put what kind of game do you like to play. Is it mobile games, Xbox, PS5, or anything that might help people to find you, that might help you to find people with the same interest as you. The third way we can help our students is by giving feedback and support. Regularly check in with our students to check their progress, encourage our students to share their experience to the class, to the teachers, having other students to share about their progress with their online pen pals to the class. Tell the class about their conversation with their online friends. The fourth one would be structured activities. Provide guidelines for students to talk about a topic they need to discuss with their online friends. By having guidelines, they won't talk about something that unnecessary, something that are not suitable to the age. For example, they can talk about their favorite movies, games, or anything else. For example, what I put in my own profile is about my favorite movies: The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Magnificent Beasts. And I also put my favorite games such as Valo, League of Legends, and Brawl Stars. That's all for our group. Thank you everyone for listening, and thank you.